Hi, I'm Johnny Bergeson, and I'm so excited to be able to be here with you today. Today, I get to tell you about something very exciting that's absolutely going to revolutionize music in many churches across the U.S. and throughout the world. It's the piano bar, the Kingdom Edition Piano Bar by MOOG. And Kingdom is the exclusive distributor of these church sounds. Digital sounds and a full orchestra of sounds coming from your church piano. No longer do you need to get rid of your church piano if you don't have room for a digital keyboard and a piano. Now you can have all that you want, and you don't need to know anything about computers or technology. It's easy. And here today with me, I have my good friend David VanKoevering and a special guest. He couldn't come in last night like we wanted him to because he had to rehearse in Carnegie Hall. But fortunately, he was able to get out of his rehearsal for this evening so that he could be here with us today. He just flew in for the afternoon. We have Kevin Wade, and he has just started playing the Kingdom Edition Piano Bar. He's just started playing it. He's just begun, just a few minutes ago. It's amazing. Anyone can get beautiful music from the Kingdom Edition Piano Bar by MOOG.
Thank you, Johnny. Kevin came up from New York City to work with me to tell you how simple and how easy it is to make your piano make all the sounds of the synthesizers, the samplers, and the digital keyboards. What we have is an attachment that lays across the front of the keyboard. It just lays on the piano. It has two adjusters on the end. We adjust its height. You adjust it left and right. Lights and an indicator up in the control box helps us set it up. Kevin, this afternoon when we put this on the piano, about how long did it take to put this on and get it aligned on your piano?
I would say less than about 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. Take it out of the case, lay it on the keyboard, hook a wire from this attachment to the box, a wire from the box to a pedal sensor that goes under the pedals. Take two wires and run to the sound system, and one wire going to the power supply that's in the wall. That's simple. Anybody can do it. It's easy to do, and there's great instructions. Everything is carefully marked. On the front of the box, there are several controls. One's a volume control, but the main control is a numerical number that shows up in the viewer that I get by turning the knob. Right now, we've got it turned, I think it's turned over here to 67. Kevin, as you play the piano, that voice, 67, will be heard in the background. Let us hear what that voice sounds like. That's beautiful, Kevin.
Oh, yes.
Now, Kevin is obviously a master musician. He's traveled all over the world. He's worked with many of the great Christian artists, recording studios, and television. Working in Carnegie Hall right now, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the fact is that you can do whatever it is you do musically. You can take it to the new dimension with the MOOG Piano Bar by Kingdom, or the Kingdom Edition. And it's what we've got is 100 presets, and all I have to do is change the number to change the sound. Now they all light up, and it tells me on the front. Choir with bells is what we just heard. Let's go up the line. Here's horns of plenty. That's going to give us a brass sound. Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
What does it feel like when you're playing this? Does it add or change any of the feel?
No, it doesn't add, it doesn't change the feel, but it adds
To the sound.
to the sound.
What does it do to you when you hear those sounds?
It wakes up that giant within me.
The giant is awakened by the MOOG
Yes.
Piano Bar
Yes, sir.
to cause a new dimension
Yes.
of expression.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you believe that this is a tool for churches?
I don't believe it's a tool for churches. I know it's a tool for churches.
You know it's a tool for churches.
Yes.
We believe that too.
Yes.
Through the years, I've been able to work with Johnny up at Kingdom, Johnny Bergensen from Kingdom, Inc. And I've been able to bring technology to his attention. I can't think of a finer technology that a small church or a large church, if you have a Baldwin or a Steinway Grand, you're going to add to that the full symphony orchestra. You're going to add all the digital sounds that are contemporary that we hear on the CDs and TV. When you listen to MP3 sounds that you download into your devices that our young people are listening to, they're not just piano. They're hearing the full range of digital and orchestral sound. And this is the way that you can add it to your church and to your music. Let's listen to some more of these,
Yes.
Kevin. I'm going to keep turning this knob. We have a mighty orchestra. Listen to it. It looks like it's fun.
I love it.
That's right. And it doesn't, you don't have to know about oscillators and filters and contour generators and computers, not even MIDI. You don't have to understand any of that. Now let me say this, for those of you that have a keyboard, you can hook your keyboard from the back of this by a MIDI connection, and it'll play slave from this. But you don't have to do that. It's got 100 presets. It's got the finest Moog sounds. And remember, Moog was the first name in synthesis. I was there at the beginning with Bob Moog, and it was wonderful to watch people identify with the sound of a Moog. Well, now you can too, right there in your church, right there with your music. Let's listen to some more, Kevin.
Yes.
Let's keep on going and see what else we got. Chimes and bells. As I turn the knob, we get bells and strings. It's adding a lot of dimension.
It's adding wonderful dimension. And see, for somebody like me, that's somewhat not synthesizer oriented, where it's a bunch of knobs and things. I just like to hook it up and turn it on and get the sound and go.
Well, with this, you've got 100
You
sounds
have
with each of 100
with,
numbers.
Yes.
As you dial through, it's
Yes.
1 to 99,
Yes.
but as you go through those numbers,
Yes.
and there's presets, there's a little card that plugs in the front of the instrument
Right.
that comes with sound.
Wow.
You and I have been talking about what the
Yes.
Moog companies asked me to ask you. Would you create presets for us, a series of these little cards that plug in so they could get your combinations of sounds?
Would love to. It's so.
We'll consider
my God.
that an
Oh,
objective. We're
praise
going to do
God.
that.
Yes, would love
Johnny,
to.
Kingdom will have those sounds available very soon. Let's go listen to some more, okay?
Yes.
As we turn the knob, we got little bells. What do little bells sound like? So the piano now has become
Yes.
this almost endless. It's seamless to go to sounds and voices.
It's incredible.
You have a volume pedal on the floor.
Yes, I
That's
do.
an option.
Yes.
And you can allow that to come in, play the piano, and bring the instruments in the background.
Yes.
Let's listen to some more. As we go through, here's expressive strings.
Now I'm going to start with the, as Mr. VanKoevering said, I'm going to start with the piano and bring it in with the pedal.
Okay? It is rich. Those of you watching, you've watched television shows and you've watched your favorite Christian artist, and you've wondered, how could I ever have that kind of sound? Well, let me tell you, it's real easy. Johnny has got the exclusive to the church market. The sounds that you are hearing are only for that particular edition. Men like Kevin and many other artists will be producing sets of sound presets that take out all the MIDI thought, all the confused technology, and also all of the conflicting ideas that you've had in your mind about how hard it was to do digital with computers and synthesizers. It's going to be real simple. With one knob, call up the preset and the number that you want. You may think that this is a very expensive device. When you consider that if you were to put a synthesizer in place that would do this, it would be from what? From $4,000 to $8,000. Many of them in the $6,000 or $7,000 range. 88-note keyboard synthesizers are expensive.
Oh, very.
When you buy a MIDI keyboard and you put a computer and start buying the modules to build these kinds of sounds, it could be several $1,000s. I don't know what you think this would cost. But Kevin, how many churches could afford to put this on their piano at $1,495?
It would be a travesty if they didn't.
If they didn't.
Right.
$1,495.
Yes, that's not a large chunk.
No, it's not a large chunk. It is affordable. And the very fact that it comes from Bob Moog, right here in Asheville, North Carolina. Bob has been building synthesizers and the finest of electronic gear for over 50 years. It is the Moog product, the Moog name, and that's important. It's got a 1-year warranty. When Johnny sells it to you from King to Mink, it has a 30-day money-back guarantee. We ask you to make your decision before you do that, but we've made that decision very simple. When you saw the ad, or you heard about it on the internet, or you heard about it in an advertising from a magazine, you ordered this video. Now from this video, I'm going to ask you to go to the telephone. There's a number on the screen. There's an email address you can email to me. If you have a question, you can even call me at that number. They'll forward the number to me, and I'll be pleased to spend whatever amount of time it takes to communicate completely how this can be a benefit in your musical program. $1,500, $1,495. That is affordable. You can afford not to have these sounds in your worship and in your praise. God's music will inhabit His presence. And the more orchestral, the more complete that sound is, we believe that rich, full sound is what you deserve to have in your music and in your worship. So Johnny's going to be coming back in a few minutes, but before he does, let's listen to a couple more of these sample sounds. Keep that price in mind. It's only $14.95. And there's a limited number that if you call that number today and you are qualified, you could have one of these on a loan to you to verify that what we are saying and the ease of use, you can do that in your church. But we'll be back to talk about that in just a minute. Let's go back to Kevin, and we're going to change the sound, Kevin. We're going to go over here to bright strings.
Okay,
bright string sounds. Wonderful. I can almost hear the rosin on the bow. Okay, let's do a couple more. Pizzicato strings. That's where they pluck the violin. Okay? Wonderful. Did you ever play violin?
Never.
Never have, but you did today.
Yes, very much so.
When we started doing this video, for the sake of those that are watching, Kevin had never seen this device until about maybe an hour before we were making this video today. And as I went through the sounds with Kevin, he was adapting to them for the very first time. Now, Kevin is a great musician, and God has gifted him, and that is a gift from God. But whatever the level of your gift, this will enhance your music to that same degree. God has birthed inside of you a song, a sound, and your sound has to be found. Moog has been in the business of helping people find their sound for 50 years. I hope you'll give us a chance to let him help you find the sound that God has birthed in you. Let's listen to a couple of more sounds. As I turn the knob, the next one in here is an electric piano.
Yes.
Let's add that to the acoustical piano. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate Kevin coming in today, and I'm going to ask Johnny to come back to the camera in just a moment. But I want to make it real clear and real simple. If you call that number today, we have a very limited number of these that are available for trial in the churches, and your church could qualify. All you have to do is give us a call, and we'll qualify your church. And if you are qualified, that really means that if the instrument does what we say it'll do, and you like the sounds, you're prepared to buy it. But you don't have to make that decision before you listen to it and you use it in your worship with your sounds. So I'm going to ask Johnny to come back and to wrap it up today. It's been fun to be with you. We're looking forward to visit you again soon. Call that number. And remember, it's a piano bar by Moog, Kingdom Edition. Thank you. God bless you.
And I feel just so privileged to be able to offer this to you. I believe this will revolutionize music in your church, and I believe it will truly enhance your worship. I want you to have one of these. I truly, truly do. It is an incredible device that will allow you to get a full orchestra of sounds, and you don't need to worry about what it looks like. I mean, many digital keyboards don't look right in a sanctuary, but this just sets on your piano. You don't even fasten it to it. It just sets there, and it gives you all these beautiful sounds and enhances your opportunities for worship. I truly want you to have one of these. I'd like you to call and get one of these on evaluation. You'll be glad you did. That was fantastic, Kevin. You know, I don't know if you could sound any better, and I don't know if you sound any better with this than when you do with other keyboards.
Well, I tell you, it makes me sound much better, to be honest with you. It enhances what's already within, and it brings it out. You know, and I'm not a synthesist, but when I hear the sounds from the Kingdom Edition piano bar, it ignites something within me.
Well, that's fantastic. And you know, every musician that I've heard play this, they sound better than they did before, and they're able to do more, and they get really excited.
Oh, yes.
And I believe a spark ignites in them.
Yes.
And a fire burns.
Oh, yes, yes. There's something that triggers the sound. I don't know how to explain it, but however God used you all to create this thing, it ignites something on inside the musician that just causes combustion. I have to say it that way. That's the only way I know how to explain it.
Well, I am really, really excited. And you can have these sounds in your church. You can have them, and your pianist, your keyboard player can do more than ever before. Get it. Try it. See if it doesn't do everything you've ever dreamt of doing for your worship.
To see what a Kingdom Edition piano bar by Moog would sound like in your church, simply call 1-800-788-1122 to arrange for an evaluation unit to be sent to you today.
Warm pad. Vocal ease. Caribbean. Electric harpsichord. Cosmic whistling. Sweet harp. Accordion. Voices in the Mist. Guitar Fantasy. Guitar Fantasy.